Guys, should we like have a pre-conversation about what we're gonna talk about today? I know we are all good at having conversations, but
still, I think we should have some.
We're going into this totally conference. Like tassels, right? And then like do an next hour off of that. I know we can, but
I think we'll be fine. But,
yeah, he's like, yeah, that's what do you mean?
That's why we brought him over.
Of course, we can talk about tassels.
Before we go into tassels, I thought it was.
He can ask you questions half an hour, and then you leave, and then you ask me the same questions half an hour, and we'll see. And he judges us on it or something.
We got
a couple jokes.
I don't know. I want something like that. Some sort of game show.
You want to give me your show? Your shoe? I'll hold your shoe.
We gotta block out your audio so you can't hear his answers. Yeah. How good a couple are you, really?
Best, and then watch it be like, goes viral. It's just like, dude, 200 listen. What's up, Martin?
I feel like the first thing that's going to go viral for our podcast will make me very upset.
Probably.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be something you want to go viral. It'll be like you tripping over a mic stand.
Or something.
That's true.
Oh, man.
And then I'll be like, crash and flow indeed. And it's like 10,000 views later.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, probably. I can see that.
No, I can see
I'll take it, dude. We'll take anything.
Yeah,
we'll take a break.
I think we'll take whatever we can.
Do you think it's worth faking viral? Like, do you think people can see through it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. There's a vibe to it. Because there's also people who I feel who went really popular in YouTube early. And then as there's more and more, as the space becomes more and more crowded, the more authentic people start to rise up to the top. And then the shittier people...
They gotta
kind of get called out. Yeah, they become more and more exposed.
Yeah,
FouseyTube was gigantic for a while.
And I don't know what a FouseyTube is.
FouseyTube is big on like the high school.
Sounds like a reproductive organ.
Right. Exactly. It is actually. It was big for a moment. You got it looked at.
And he was big on like I believe like the high school demographic.
Right.
And
like wiling out. Yeah, seen? Huh? Too soon? No, I'm kidding. What the thing about YouTube is that you'll have like one random guy that'll be huge in one area and nobody's ever heard, but he has like 2 million viewers.
Yeah.
And there's all of these. There's like everybody's like that.
That's true.
The localized hits.
But the thing is that I feel like only the truly great will eventually come up to the top.
Yeah, like PewDiePie. The truly,
Logan Paul.
Logan.
I had never heard of him until he got suspended from YouTube.
He's freaking spiraling. See, because you can't. There's some point where it comes to where people will be like, all right, I'm starting to see this BS, this bullshit that comes through.
Right.
Also, Logan Paul, for the people who don't know, he did. First of all, he did the vlog that he did before in Japan was incredibly racist. Just throwing Pokeballs at regular people on the street.
He looks racist. Like, I didn't even need to watch the vlog, and I'm like,
no, he doesn't look
this
racist.
Guy
He just looks like
racist bombs.
No, you know what?
He looks like a frat boy.
Yeah, if you're young and white,
in case.
Exactly.
I
was like, yeah, that's what he's saying.
I didn't know frat boys were inherent. Like that was the exact.
If you're a frat boy, or if you are anybody who owns overalls, or have even the slightest Southern accent, you're only one misstep from being a total see, you proved it. We knew it. Now you proved it.
I mean, we're all one misstep away from being racist.
That's true.
But you're a misstep closer.
You don't even have to have a misstep.
He's already leaning.
Yeah,
he's leaning over the line.
You're tipping over.
Yeah, and then he's there
throwing
Pokeballs at people.
People got pissed off at what he did in Japan, and then after that he did a vlog in a cemetery. No, excuse me. It might as well be, but it's a suicide forest.
Can we talk about Japan having a suicide forest for 1 second? Is that nobody ever? Why are we mad at this guy?
Is that also, metaphorical?
No, for real. People who want to do suicide. All right. I'm going to say this with a respectful, straight ass face.
Right.
People who want to go do suicide, they go into this forest, and I think either they hang them. They do the suicide thing in that forest.
The suicide thing,
and it's been around for like 100 years.
Families will leave their elderly there to die.
Really?
That seems like
so it's not just. It's not. Yeah, it's like not. It's not just suicide.
And there's a few of these, and Japan makes no sense to me. The more I learned about it, like there's certain countries you're like, oh, I see how that developed, but like these people just have like a very different understanding of social norms than up here in the West.
Does this forest have some sort of historical relevance that makes it a suicide forest?
I didn't look into it too much, but It is weird, but at the same time, like, you know, I know a little bit that the samurais, they had, like, you know, if you bring dishonor into the whatever, you stab yourself, you kill yourself.
Yeah. I don't even know that. I know I just seen that in movies. I've never talked to a Japanese person ever and be like, does this happen if you get...
No, I read that. That's a documentary. I'm pretty sure it happens.
The
but
samurai stuff, but like after that.
Oh no! Without, I don't think like it's businessmen are supposed to do that too. Be like, it's a bad fourth quarter.
It's a bad fourth quarter.
Here's your knife, and you go. But anyway, Logan Paul, it's not great. But I feel like the point what I was trying to make is that he makes so much money for his entire crew because he's the one who's bringing all the money and everyone. So he's got like a camera guy, he's the people who just hang out with him. He's pitching ideas, and the entire crew is just like, "Yeah, man, that's a great idea."
Yeah, there's nobody around him that was like
one real friend to tell him, "Hey, yo, this might be a bad idea."
You know what? Like the Sklar brothers make this joke, and it's like you see like athletes with these posses of guys, and then they get busted for something, and you're like, you have an entire group of guys. You have a driver, you have a chef, you have a guy that handles your money, handles your weed. You don't have a no guy. You don't have just one.
That's a good point.
Like short Jewish guy that goes, I don't think so.
I don't think.
Why does he have to be Jewish? Just because
sounds better.
He kind of knows.
Because Jewish people, they're gonna tell you no sometimes. They're not gonna be like, yeah, let's do it.
Look, it likely is gonna be your accountant.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Fair enough. Or your lawyer.
It's your most responsible person, probably.
Yeah. So you need someone on your crew who's going to be the no guy.
Yeah.
And they need to be able to say, like, listen, I don't think you should be doing 85 in a school zone.
I'm going back to like, yeah, you're right. Why is he Jewish? He could be anybody.
he could be literally anyone. But you really went, like, it'd be funny to see a group of 7 guys.
Yeah.
All of them beastly.
Yeah.
And then one
dudes.
Hasidic Jew guy, like, guys.
That's why I picked that demographic.
Okay.
Because the visual of it.
But he dresses well, like he's just regular formal dress.
Or he dresses like
someone gave him like a chain with diamonds, so he's just like, it's so out of place.
He's part of the crew.
I like it.
He's been indoctrinated into the crew.
We need another co-host. Not to do anything literally one line an episode.
Just leans into frame.
Like,
guys, no. No suicide jokes.
Yeah, and just goes back away. Like, thanks, Yuri.
Thanks for looking out.
Jerry.
Of course his name is Jerry.
Yeah.
It's the most popular Jewish person I know.
I don't know. I like Abrams. I have one. I got a resume for a guy named Abrams, and I just wanted to hire him. Just gonna be like, hey, Abrams.
He's named after a tank.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an Abrams tank.
Oh yeah,
there's an Abrams law firm.
I like Yasin goes, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you.
And if there is
about the Abrams tank. Now please go ahead.
Yeah,
that's all I know. All I know is that there's an Abrams tank. I think it was very popular
I think
in
that
like
tank might be named after somebody.
World War II.
That's
but like, have you seen Fury? That movie's awesome.
Which Fury?
I like how you went from like,
no.
I said I saw a resume with Abrams. Like, have you seen Fury? Like 30 seconds later.
Because Fury is about tanks.
That did not take long.
And the British or the American tanks were no match for the German tanks.
I feel like you have an interest in war and weaponry. Like that's like a subtext interest in yours. Engineering? Is that what it is?
Hold on. Once again,
I know.
Like step back. I'm like, all engineers love war. Don't you know this? That's what we do.
We learned it in school.
Engineering. Civil engineers build the targets, and mechanical and aerospace engineers build the weapons.
Is that like an inside engineering joke?
Oh, without a doubt.
Because it's not very funny.
It's funny to me.
I didn't know at what point in that we were supposed to laugh.
I love it. I love it. We say it to ourselves quietly when we see civil engineers walk by.
Yeah, build my targets. Is that what you say?
Pretty much.
Build my targets.
Yeah, in a more...
I'm going to shoot my weapons at it.
Exactly.
I watched Mythbusters yesterday.
You know what's true? We used to download episodes and just watch it in like the caf.
Yeah, no joke. I still watch Mythbusters.
Really? People watch it?
It's still on.
Are they like running out of myths? Like
I know.
They're creating their own myths?
No, it's like devolved into let's see what we can blow up.
Yeah.
That's really all it's
Let's see if I shoot a gun, will it go through a book or not?
Yes.
Going back to your original question of trying to get famous on YouTube while acting Get Out, there was a person last year. There was a married couple where the husband, and these guys are like in their early 20s, so I don't want to say husband. I feel like they're just a married
partner.
couple.
Let's call them
just partner. They're not. He hasn't even been through life enough to be a husband. So he takes a book and he's like, all right, I'm going to have my wife shoot me in the chest.
Yeah.
And this is going to go viral. And she kills her husband. because the bullet went through the book and killed him, unfortunately.
Not unfortunately.
I know, at that point, you're just
both of these
taking out
people-
the...
This is Darwinism at work.
Yeah, and the
There's
whole point of all of this was just to make a viral video.
So people really put in the effort to make a viral video.
And
Like, they
kill
go
their
through the
husband.
thought process.
Because
like,
I think that this is what's
can
going
I
to make
do
them
today?
Most people do, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
think most people do.
I mean, there are some stupid videos of me online, but like they're not viral by any means.
Nobody wants to watch him.
No.
Well, kids are eating Tide Pods right now.
Yeah, so I heard about this because my nephew was like, oh, do you have any Tide Pods? And I was like, wait, you got to do laundry? He's like, no, I'm going to eat one. I thought he was joking. And he's like, no, this is a thing people are doing right now. They're eating Tide
It's
Pods.
just what stupid people are doing.
No, it's what white people are doing because no colored person is going to waste the money on a Tide Pod. Those things are expensive.
Wait,
They're not gonna eat
is
it.
your nephew white?
No,
Okay.
but he wanted to try it. And I was like, no,
You're the no guy.
I'm the no guy.
No guy.
I'm like, this is A, we don't have any. B, if we did, they're too expensive for you to eat.
And see, if you eat one, you're going to have dirty clothes for a month. I promise you.
Because that's all we used. That's
Yeah.
all we have to wash clothes with.
No, I completely agree. That's a weird one where I'm like, people should know immediately that's probably not a good idea. That's not an ice bucket challenge.
No,
Like,
it's not. I mean, so what? How did this?
It's not a challenge. It's not a challenge at all. It's the fact that the joke, it started off as a meme in the fact that the Tide Pod looks like a very delicious jelly candy of some sort. You know, like the gummy worms or whatever. So it looks so attractive that you're like, how can I not eat this?
Or like those little mango shooters you get in China, in
This is
Chinese
very obscure,
grocery
brother.
stores. You know the ones? Peel the top off.
Man, you're way more well-traveled than either one of us.
Yeah, we don't go to
said-
Chinatown
Yeah, I
store.
You mean the jelly lychee thing? You peel it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I'm poor too. Like, I mean, like, I go to Chinatown, like, their candies have no ingredients in them whatsoever. There's no, it says ingredients, just says jelly.
It's just a wagging finger.
It's like, no.
Made
Don't
in
try this.
Chernobyl. Anyway, so what the joke was that they were putting it in like candy jars or something. Take a picture of it and be like, oh, it looks like it tastes so good. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then that eventually evolved to people going like,
Oh, let me just
eat
take
it.
one out of the jar. And
and then now they're putting videos of them biting into it, which like it tastes bad immediately.
Yeah.
On explosion. And you could, I don't understand why
I think it's a good way to kind of like weed out the weak. I want to like take one of these containers, drain everything from it, put some like jelly, jam and jelly, and eat one. And then hopefully 1 million of the dumbest people that watch this will die.
But it's kids,
Is that
though.
wrong? Is that wrong on my part? If I feel like I'm helping.
It's like little kids. They're doing
you
it,
know,
though.
we've hit like very controversial notes already in this podcast.
we're moving,
I feel like
we're moving
the
quick at
lawyer,
breakneck
the
the
speed.
lawyer in the corner, he's ripping his hair out.
He's already in the fetal position.
You know, like certain things I understand that, you know, they advertise like sugary cereals and parents don't have the time to study and they're feeding their kid Nutella. But I'm like, this is a pod. If your dumbass kid is putting this into their head,
Yeah.
like you already failed them. This is going to be a bad human later on. Might as well clean this up right now. No pun
Oh
intended.
man, it's like
Clean
little
this up
kids.
right now.
Who's
don't
putting
know.
this crap in their head? It's
So many. They had to release the
You think
medical
that's
something or
working?
other had to
I mean,
release the thing.
it's
going
only
like
a matter of
that.
time before someone starts rectally inserting it.
Ooh.
I think that's already happened, bro.
Really?
No.
For sure.
Can you imagine how painful that would
Look,
be?
all I'm saying is that I saw
What'd you
X-rays,
see?
X-rays of like light bulbs in people's butts.
No. Rectally. Well, sorry. Rectally is...
Yes. Then
What do you think
matter at all.
rectally is?
No, but rectally would pop. I was like, light bulb, you're right. I can see a light... Oh, wait, wouldn't a light bulb pop?
I would
Yes,
imagine.
it breaks, and then it's like
They
a
can't take
long
it out.
surgery for them to pull that stuff
Yeah.
out of there. Now, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, maybe that person's got a compulsive thing where he likes to put things in their butts. All I'm saying is that if pods have already made it in people's mouths,
Yeah.
it's already gone in people's butts.
I'm uncomfortable.
For sure. For sure. People are weird, dude. This guy, we need to get a...
Okay, can I ask you this? Were people always like this? Or is it just because now you can watch people do it that they do
I think
it?
that's what it is.
No, I
or
think
were
there's-
people always
yeah.
this?
There's too much people and there's not enough hardship. I mean, there's different types of hardship. There's mental hardship, but I feel like we live very easier lives where we don't have to prioritize 6 things I got to do
You think
today.
there was no
Otherwise, I
life's-
can't do it.
caveman? You
My
think there
life's
was no
too good.
caveman
Let me
ever
swallow
like...
a Tide Pod.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
think there was
think-
no
I think
caveman
without a
putting a
doubt.
pine cone up his butt? Even though things were hard and him meat was like, I wonder though, this pine cone.
Yeah, but there's
Let me
smaller,
show-
a smaller percentage because there's less population. So there's only like that one guy who puts pine cones in his butt.
But if you could show enough people, I think it was just technology just helped one monkey see other monkeys and like, hey,
Monkey
going
see,
up my
monkey
butt.
do?
Monkey see, monkey do, monkey stick.
This is what we're seeing.
Tide Pod
Up
up the
their
poo. No?
I said, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks, Esther.
You really unlock us.
I was really nervous to come on. Thank you for having
I
me.
wanted to have some intellectual conversations about butts.
I'm always happy to come on, but I'm always really nervous
Yep.
because I don't know where this is gonna go.
That's
Same
a
here.
good thing.
Same
That's a
here.
good thing. What have you? All right. Now that we're on the topic of eating random shit,
Yep.
Have you guys ever eaten anything by accident that was technically unedible?
By accident?
You mean like haram or inedible?
Inedible.
By accident?
Yeah.
No, on purpose. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. I got a story, but go ahead.
All right. So I mean,
I like how you asked him a question.
Yeah.
He's like, I got something. Like, hold on, I got a story, but why don't you go ahead first? Oh, you asked him the question. Of course he's gonna.
he's
go
just
first.
hoping that my story is not as good as his story.
No,
so
I
he
actually
can
want it to be better because
trump the story.
I want it to be better.
You want my story to be better
Let's
than yours,
go.
but then
Tell
you
your
got to tell your
story.
story first.
No, go ahead.
All right, fine. I used to eat paper.
You used to eat paper.
Yeah,
like,
just like eat
actively.
paper, just like like chew
Swallow
on
or
paper.
just chew like
No,
cut?
he's swallowing.
I'm throwing it back, like getting nutritious, all the nutrients.
old are
that
you?
can get.
Not right now. I mean, when you're doing this.
Well,
Both
it
are
wasn't
the
long
same
ago.
answer.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't long ago.
wasn't that long ago?
Wasn't that long ago?
How much paper are we talking? We're talking about like a page a day.
Like if I was in class or
snacks?
whatever, I would just like
What is
rip off
that even?
pieces.
Is it a meal or a snack? You do it in between meals?
You know what? That's a
Do you
good
put a
question.
napkin in your
Put another piece of paper. Just put another piece
right
of
on your collar just so you can eat another piece of paper?
He finishes his meal as dessert, eats a napkin that's attached to it. I'm like, yeah,
Waste not, want not.
This guy's a goat.
Nope, I would.
Nervous tick?
I don't know if it was a nervous tick, but
You're nervous takes
I don't-
eating paper. I like that.
yeah.
I'm nervous. Give me the daily.
Where's your exam? I hate it.
Jeez. How old were you, dude? You gotta tell me.
This was well into like my postgraduate studies.
Shit, it's a
Yeah.
grown ass man eating paper.
Grown ass man eating paper.
Nature, nurture. How do you want to psychoanalyze this?
I don't
shit?
know. I don't know where you want to go
What
with
made?
this.
Well, there's no YouTube video that he saw. He just thought it was a good idea. Who do you blame?
But
And he doesn't share it with anyone either.
if you find like old notebooks of mine, there's like edges ripped off because like that's.
Oh
what I
man.
So, I mean, let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
Would it be at some point where you decide, hey, I could also be chewing a pen?
Yeah, no, I never got into pens though.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into chewing pens because I was afraid that the ink would leak.
Yes,
and
and then
my
you would
mouth
die.
would turn blue.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what would happen.
A valid worry.
Yeah, a valid worry, but for some reason the same worry
The blue ink upon the page.
Yeah,
That was the lines.
Did not
Did
Totally
paper
okay.
mess with you at all? Your system?
I don't think so, but I'm not
fiber.
very good at self perception. Like I can't tell when something's wrong with me.
Okay, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
dude.
there's like
And you
a-
stopped though.
I have stopped.
Did your wife make you stop at some time?
she didn't.
Like, hey, I can't marry a man who's eating paper. That's my
Luckily,
only break.
You ate the wedding invitation?
No, my law school books were really expensive. I was like, I can't eat these. These are like
I'm
Tide
so-
Pod.
But
one day-
This is Tide Pod money. I can't eat this.
When I make enough money, I'm gonna be eating some good paper. Then
Some textbooks.
I'm gonna go to the
This
museum.
is Japanese archaic paper, like
Ah.
archival paper. I'm gonna eat this.
Some 200-year-old parchments.
Yep.
I sedate them.
Yeah, I know. I think you got me on that
What'd
one.
you eat?
No, I got,
It wasn't even me. It wasn't even me. We, my dad, being brown, keeps everything. So if he's got, but he doesn't want to keep it in the original containers. I'll give you an example.
right.
Paint thinner comes in a big ass 2-liter bottle or whatever it is, right?
Right.
But when it comes down to this much at the bottom of the bottle, about an inch left, for my dad now is a waste of space, right? We need to take that and then transfer it into a smaller bottle,
Right.
to save the space.
Makes sense.
Right.
Right. So he takes an old apple bottle,
I
apple
already
juice
see where
bottle,
this. Yeah, keep going.
and it has no label on it. Right. He pours that inside. He pours that inside it, and he closes it and he puts it in. Actually, you know what? Okay, so that's just the
Are you
example.
gonna go get it?
Hold on a second. No.
You felt like he was gonna go
I
get
thought it was gonna be a show and tell here. He's like, let me show you.
it. See this Coca-Cola? Boom! It's like,
Vinegar, also the same deal. So he puts vinegar in the same bottle.
Oh, man.
Now there's paint thinner and vinegar in the same bottle. It just floats around the house because sometimes.
Well, you mix the paint thinner and the
No, I'm just saying there's multiple bottles of clear liquid
Okay.
that's just strewn about the house,
So
depending
you're-
on
yeah.
when was the use for it.
Right.
Also, we keep water in various bottles as well. My dad was downstairs working out. It was a hot summer day. He comes upstairs and sweating, looking for water. He grabs the bottle off the kitchen table for whatever reason is there. Takes it and then takes in 4 big gulps before he realizes, thank God it's not paint thinner.
It's the
it
vinegar.
Was the vinegar.
Oh God,
Jeez.
This story could have
gone a lot worse
had it been the paint thinner.
Now, what happens to a human when they drink about 3 gigantic gulps of vinegar?
First of all, they cuss.
Yeah.
Yes, and you burp for the better part of about 6 hours,
and it's just vinegar burps.
Yeah, it's like you ate the salad. There was 1 lettuce, and then just the rest of it was dressing.
Equalize it by just eating like
baking soda.
No, I was gonna go with salt and then
you'd be like a human volcano.
Yeah.
This is my.
I don't think that would help. I think it only make it worse.
I think it make the burping worse.
Yeah, I don't think you guys know what neutralize means.
No, I think
that's a catalyst.
No, we're sitting with an engineer. Remember,
Agitate.
he can explain it to us.
Not a chemist here.
If I would drink some vinegar, then I would eat some salt and some plain potato chips, and then pretend I just had some salt and vinegar potato chips.
For the betterment of your.
Hey, just make it inside here.
You just shake it up.
Yeah, now I'm not weird. I'm just process oriented.
So speaking of chips,
Tell me.
Yeah.
I was in the grocery store yesterday and I bought a lot of Pringles.
Why?
I don't know.
I love Pringles.
Out of all the chips,
They're my favorites.
But
feels like
I'm always every time I buy them, I come out and I eat them and I'm excited to eat them, and then I'm always disappointed by the end of the can.
Why? Because you have to get your hand in there?
First of all, yeah, they're very difficult to access, and by the time you tip it over, there's crumbs everywhere. It's just not a good look. Also, they're just not as good as other potato chips, in my opinion.
I only get the barbecue, and the barbecue is great. Pringles barbecue are some of the best.
So I got Pringles pizza, which was a terrible choice.
I don't like it when they do this stuff, by the way.
And then Pringles, they have
You're a purist when it comes to chips?
Yeah, I don't like it when they go and they make some complicated meal lasagna, and I've seen lasagna flavored chips.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're talking about chips, right?
You get mad?
Yeah, so Pringles made
it's
tikka
stupid.
masala.
Yeah, see,
Tikka masala.
sounds delicious too, which is the thing that's
Wait,
annoying.
hold on a second. How is this a bad thing? I remember going to Said's place, and what did we put chaat masala on?
Plain chips.
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah, those sticks. They were just sticks of...
The hickory sticks.
Yeah, hickory sticks.
Hickory
but
sticks.
they're plain. We put chaat masala on them.
Hickory sticks are...
Hickory sticks are barbecue.
Hickory, yeah.
Are they?
Barbecue. They're
I thought
hickory.
Well,
Hickory is
that's their
barbecue.
base... that's how they come.
Yeah, of course. There's it's a base flavor.
Yeah, but I don't like it when they make it complicated. This thing that's an 8-hour dish, this chip is flavored that way. Okay. Really? Is it?
This several course meal is now, 1 bite dehydrated potato.
That's my problem.
My problem is only the fact that when you eat it, it doesn't taste like it. It just tastes like tomato paste.
Exactly. It's like if they made a chips Canadian breakfast and it's egg, sausage, ham. No, that's fucking just... You just have some ketchup and some other random stuff.
What if they sold a Canadian breakfast chip, but it was several chips of different flavors? You had an egg flavored chip, a bacon flavored chip.
I imagine that's how it is.
I
imagine that's how it is in outer space. Different packages of things that taste like things but don't look like that thing at all.
Right.
It's you're eating this pizza that looks like a block of brown stuff.
I think we're getting there. I don't think we're far off.
I think we're just gonna get a paste.
I like a
Shoot
paste.
that down, and then that's it.
All
and
these
then
ideas seem like good ideas to me.
And then you can get it so that because you're gonna be eating the highest nutrition type of paste, right? It's greatest for your body, but you can get it so that it replicates the taste of a Popeye sandwich.
Mm.
So you eat it with the satisfaction of the Popeye sandwich, but the health benefits of a kale shake.
I don't know if the taste catches up, man. I hope it does. I can't imagine
You're
anything
saying kale is too strong?
No, the thing is, I think there's too many forces in place to let you make something that tastes good and is good for you. I think us getting there's so many obstacles and other business interests in place that I don't know if we get there. And that might be actually too serious of a conversation than what you were proposing. But when people are I think that's what we're going to get, I'm well, every single company that's big right now would not want this.
No, it's not beneficial.
It's not beneficial.
Anyone.
So it's probably not going to happen in our lifetime.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
No, I don't think it's always.
But that's how I feel about medications and stuff. I'm well, they're already making money off of this. They're not going to make something that actually you want and it's good for you.
Well, I mean, if I think about where smoothies were when we were kids and where smoothies are now.
Right. They're not even the same thing.
Smoothie game has...
That's true.
Gone up exponentially.
That's
right?
true.
That's the smoothie world is an entire you could have a conference, a Comic-Con for smoothies, and that wasn't there when we were
I think
younger.
you're devaluing Comic-Con, but go ahead.
I like that. I like that you were offended. I think that's cool.
I like that you took it personally.
Yeah. I like, hey man, you talking about Comic-Con with your smoothies?
It's kale, ginger, and a couple other things. A banana.
Yeah, but I'm picturing people dressing up at these smoothies.
as a banana, like one dude's a garlic. I'm ginger.
The after party's just called the blender.
Ooh. After parties at the blender.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Bring your stir sticks. Wait,
Panel
inappropriate.
discussions.
There's gonna be some inappropriate stuff. There's gonna be a guy who's dressed as ginger, trying to hit on a girl dressed as a banana. They don't mix even in a smoothie.
It's true.
And now they want to mix in real life.
Was this an engineering joke too?
No, it's not.
Is the reason I don't get this joke because I didn't go to a specialized school?
Do I need one of those leather jackets with my engineering school in the
Do I need
back?
a ring with
Never
an
wore
insignia to get this joke?
Never wore that jacket. Although for a good 2 semesters, it looked like the coolest thing ever.
The leather jackets?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never bought it because
The 2 semesters when
like
Greece
200.
was also the coolest thing
like
ever?
$250 or $300.
Leather sleeves? Like, was it Letterman's
was all
jacket?
leather.
It was all leather.
All leather?
All leather.
All leather.
It's only engineers that had that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like each school had their own variation of it, but I
Right.
feel like each school had an all leather jacket that was
Yeah,
only
exactly.
for engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I in high school here, they have Letterman jackets if you play different sports or if you're in band or
No, we're not
theater.
that cool.
Really?
No, we did. Applewood had Letterman jackets.
Oh, maybe it's like a...
Did they have bullet holes in them?
No, they did not.
That would be a cool...
Yo,
like,
it's Mississauga. It's soft as shit, man. No.
Applewood.
Applewood.
is that
Applewood
place
was,
hood?
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. Not at all. Apart from the Tamils that tried to beat me up that one time, but like they came from somewhere else.
Sri Lanka, probably.
Aboard an orange ship.
But I was gonna say that this because where the smoothie game has come to, I feel like we're on the trajectory towards what you're saying. where
Could
it's just
happen,
like
man. Could happen.
Goop packets, and you just like
I've had
suck
this...
that goop down. And
I've had this so many times where I've eaten an ice cream sandwich and said, if only this thing was good for me, I'd be set for the rest of my life.
For sure.
And that's where I'm like, if there was a paste, I'd probably stop eating food, man.
Me too.
I like food, but
It's
whatever.
Food is a time is like a
Yeah,
a time
it's
thing
not
as well.
something I look forward to.
you barbecue steaks on your balcony like
last
3 times
night,
a week.
midnight. I know, until propane ran out. I know.
So
And that's something I like doing.
Right.
And if I like doing it, I'm down to do it. But most days, I just need to get some food in me. I
Right.
just need to get some food in me without too much hassle or prep or having to like figure out what I'm gonna have to eat at
this
time.
podcast brought to you by Blue Apron.
Yeah, basically.
When I hear the commercials, and by the way, if one day Blue Apron decides to sponsor,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my shit around real quick. But
Oh, yeah.
but currently right now, the more honest version is that you still have to cook it.
Yeah.
That's my like,
No,
it
I don't
comes in
know.
the
Like,
things.
are they gonna send you the proper pots and pans? Because I don't own a wok. I can't make sesame bok choy and glazed ginger chicken.
You read like the first thing. It's like, take this and put it in this vessel.
You're
Well,
like-
shit.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Unless they're sending in a wok, like a paper wok.
You have like that
unfold.
one wooden spoon that's turned black.
Because you use it for everything?
And you because you have no respect for like different sauces.
Nothing.
You put that in a sauce of tomato and it turns into onion.
Yep. You're like, what?
I like how unsatisfied we are. Are you gonna make it for me? Are you gonna get me? Are you gonna feed me? No, then this is pointless. Send me the wok. Send me a cook. Have them feed me.
Clean it up and then
Yeah.
leave my place.
Bring a blender, put it in the blender.
That's right.
What would you put in a blender? Like, if you could try and make interesting,
Butter chicken.
goopy foods.
Oh, don't do that. That sounds gross.
Butter chicken is so close to a paste anyway that it would probably taste good.
You would just make butter chicken in a blender, pour it, and then eat it with roti, which is just might as well the butter chicken.
There you go. Except it's got a little bit of the chicken bits in there.
Okay.
I think that would
So,
be pretty
would
good.
you eat it differently? Would you still eat it the same way, or
With
would you like,
roti and rice, just pour it on some rice and eat it.
or would you like
Less chewing
put it
for me.
put it in one of those
I don't know
protein
the
shake
parameters
things?
of your question.
Shake it up.
You said you want a paste, or were you just eating the paste? Or
Well, I don't know. I know it's open. I'm not really going anywhere with this.
I need guidelines to answer
He's
your
like, what are the
questions,
rest of
bro.
your rules? I've made 3 engineering jokes and you haven't given me the rules of this yet. I think I'm just gonna figure this out, Asad.
All right. Okay. Here's the rules. Yassir, you ready? You ready?
What are the givens?
Do you want a flow chart for this?
No, I'm good.
You put things in a blender.
Yes.
You blend them.
Yes.
And then you do something with them.
Just
preferably eat them.
Okay, you just eat them.
If you choose to use something else with them, fine.
Yeah, you could dip a bread in there if you
Yeah.
want, like pour it on some rice maybe.
Yeah. Rice,
even
pour, bread, all that stuff.
even pour it on a salad possibly.
On a salad, butter chicken, goop on a salad.
No, I'm not
No
saying
way.
any of that nonsense, dude. I'm not saying any of that. I don't know
like,
what I would.
You're like, that's stupid.
What I would like to put in a blender, and this is real talk. It's probably half and half protein, meat, and then fat.
What's with you with serious answers?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. This is a serious answer, but it's a good one.
Why am I carrying the comedic load today?
I know, right? This. Yo, you put some meat in there, okay, and then you put some avocado, and what you're trying to do is actually make a paste that you can eat, and it's gonna taste like shit. But it is avocado, meat, fiber, and you're good for the day. If anybody has this idea, I will pay $50 a month to get a sample size.
I think that's the idea. Put avocado, meat in a blender and eat it. That's the idea. You got it, bro.
Blue Apron could bring down their cost of goods so much by just shipping to him.
It's just like in it's like in a
Yelp bottle.
Exactly.
It's a Yelp bottle of meat.
We don't need sponsors. We're gonna do it ourselves.
We're just sitting over there
on our own,
just eating.
Ooh.
But see, you would not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would
and
enjoy
would you just like like that's it?
Ideally, have you ever seen like a duck get fed like foie gras? Like so the tube is so long you can just put it in your throat and you squeeze this thing out. It goes right into your colon or whatever. You don't even have to taste
it hits your stomach first.
Dude, and you're full. And then you're full. You didn't even have to eat it. The tube itself bypasses your mouth. It goes right into your throat. Release it there.
So you don't taste it.
You don't taste it, and you're
But then
full.
you gotta intubate yourself with a tube.
Yes. You might have a swollen.
It's time to eat. Just numb your throat and throw a tube down. It's too much, bro.
I also like the idea I gave. Makes ducks very unhealthy and delicious to eat. I think I'm like.
I thought it was illegal,
myself.
right?
Huh?
It's illegal.
No, not in Canada or the U.S.
Really?
Yeah,
they're still okay with force feeding ducks in this day and age. Where
apparently it's okay. Apparently ducks don't mind.
People are pissed about Canada Goose jackets, but they're not okay with they're okay with ducks.
I saw a video of the feeding tube, and ducks love coming to it. Like ducks.
Oh, so they're not stuck to the tube?
No.
I thought they were just like they're stuck in a little pen. And they got like a tube there.
No, so a guy comes in, because it's such a complex, he comes in with the tube and he sticks it in the duck, and the duck eats it and the duck walks off.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's
I saw the video. I wanted to see.
No,
but it's not bad at all. But yeah, it's not that bad. Didn't seem that bad. Ducks are fine with it.
Is that foie gras light?
No,
and there's other ones where they're just like chained to a block with their mouth open.
Yeah. No, that was the one thing that Anthony Bourdain talked a fair bit about, and I was like, I don't know a lot about this. Let me find a YouTube video, and I found a few. And I was like, it looks okay.
But it's still unhealthy for them, right? Because it's like making their liver fat.
Everything's unhealthy for them. Everything that you eat has not been treated in any way that would be like, it's not meant like, is this going to be good for the person eating this?
Yeah.
Should a chicken be full grown in 3.5 months?
Yeah, if you think you get treated poorly at work.
Yeah, if you think you get treated poorly at work. Oh, thank God you're not.
Can you imagine
chicken.
these ducks going to work? It's gonna be another day.
Have you ever been to the warehouse, like the slaughterhouse up Winston Churchill for like Maple Lodge?
No.
It smells like death. You get in there and you can buy wholesale like chickens, and like you just get in there and you're ordering something. You like, smells like death in here. It's.
I thought it was separate. There was where you buy your halal wings and stuff like that.
It's one big place. So yeah, the area, but you're in the same building. You can smell it. If you smell strongly.
I went there with a kid.
Oh man.
I was a kid, so.
The opinions represented on this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of.
Also, if Maple Lodge Farm wants to sponsor the podcast,
Yeah.
yo, you got the, you treat everything right. It's all.
We'll see.
But you didn't say what you would put in a your butter chicken smoothie.
Yeah, because I'm going for taste. I thought that.
Okay.
You know, the answer is for taste.
When it
so
comes
taste.
out of this blender, you like pour it into a bowl. What are you doing with it? Are you just like ice cream scooping it? Like you're putting it in the freezer, turning it into ice cream? Like what are you doing?
It depends on the occasion. If I'm feeling
Depends
good
on the occasion.
If I'm feeling good that day.
I like that. Depends on the occasion. Is it
So-
breakfast?
so-
Is it dinner? Is it dessert?
Is it a formal occasion? Are you on a date?
Yeah,
Is there candlelit?
Candlelight.
Is it a
No,
birthday?
it's just that if I have enough time,
it into a
if I have
cake.
enough time, just eat it with some rice. And if I have to run out, you just shoot it back. That's that. But I was going for taste, and the thing is that you can't do it with most stuff. Lasagna, as you previously mentioned, you need to eat the layers. It needs to hit your palate in different.
Anything that relies on
things.
texture doesn't.
Exactly.
You can't
Pizza,
do.
you can't do that either, right? Because you know, you there's layers to the.
I'd
to
argue
the
that
thing.
you can. I'd argue that with pizza you can.
Do it. Okay, never mind.
Wait. You're saying that a pizza paste. So if you took a pizza
Yeah.
and you blend it,
Yeah.
that taste
Yeah.
would be the same as
We're not gonna
just-
get anything the same.
We're not going to get anything the same.
We're
but
making paste out of people. I gotta think.
I think what you would find is that you're like, this is still like pizza-ish.
pizza-ish.
Yeah, like this is I can
I think
taste
everything
the
is
pizza.
everything lasagna-ish.
No,
right.
but with the lasagna, if I blended lasagna and I gave it to you, you'd be like, this is pizza-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly makes
Right?
sense. Well, because it's all the same. It's around the same.
Yeah,
ingredients.
all Italian
tomato
food and all Mexican food
tomato.
is based on like Mexican foods taste
Burrito?
similar. It's like
Burrito
corn,
tacos.
avocado, this kind of cream, some corn.
Yep.
And all Italians is like tomato, this kind of carb, these kind of just few vegetables that we're giving you a hint of, parsley and stuff. But it's really roughly all pastas after a while taste a little bit the same.
Yeah,
It just comes down to the sauce,
I find the
which
same.
is something Yassine's already fixed. It's like whatever sauce I want to put on this paste. And then I say you put in that tube and you shoot that shit down. I'm telling you, we have an idea there, guys. Bypasses the mouth.
Isn't it? What is soluent? Isn't that what they're trying
Soylent.
to do? Soylent.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Isn't
illegal
that-
in Canada now.
Okay, that's a meal replacement, right?
Yeah.
Essentially.
So Soylent was created specifically to get rid of poverty. So they made a meal replacement with stuff that doesn't go bad for like 2 to 3 years, and you can just ship it to places, and it's fairly nutritious. Unfortunately, it didn't meet all of Canadian health guidelines. But if you're in a third world country, beggars can't be choosers.
You're also going like you're not trying to sustain life for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
You're trying to like make sure people don't die for the next couple of days, right?
You're trying to
Interesting.
bridge people to the next meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the next non-Soylent meal.
And the weird thing is that there was a book where like Soylent Green was people. Like that was the thing that was a trick ending to that book and TV show. And it's so interesting they named this Soylent. I'm like, but Soylent was people. That was the whole book where like we're eating each other. We didn't realize.
It feels like they kind of set themselves up for failure in their marketing.
When I was in high school, I was like 120 pounds, and I was like, I need to start eating things.
People.
And
I need to start eating people.
no, I never thought that'd be so hard to eat people. Fuck
Where would you
people.
start?
Cannibal question.
No, that's a good question. Shit.
I watched a cool movie, but about cannibals.
Okay, let's
No,
assume you're not responsible for the demise of the person.
Right.
You have
Already dead.
You have purchased them legally.
Already dead.
You have purchased them legally from Maple Lodge Farms.
Right.
Whole person.
Right. A whole person. You can have any of it.
Right.
Where do you start?
Yeah, where do you start?
Hamstring. I mean, thigh.
Thigh?
Yeah, for sure.
He's just for sure. He's like, yeah, for sure.
For sure. Like, where's the question?
Can I judge what physical shape this person is? Because if it's a person in good shape, I might start somewhere else. If it's a person in bad shape, I might start somewhere else.
Okay, walk us through it.
Okay,
So-
healthy person, go.
I first off, I want to start with the cheeks, right? The cheek meat. I sound like a psychopath.
There's no good way to go down this road.
I feel like the
I
cheek.
started with the face. I shouldn't have done that.
I feel like the cheek meat. Okay, so here's the thing: if
It's
you eat a piece off
delicious on
the
animals.
thigh, right,
Yeah.
and if that person comes back to life,
What?
or you could get
Well,
them
that's
back to
not
life.
in the rules. You just made that up. What are you talking
I'm not
about?
sure.
I'm just saying,
Not sure.
your thing is like you've already screwed them up immediately
Yeah,
out
they're
the gate.
dead. They're dead. They're food.
If you
They're screwed
eat
up.
the thigh. I feel like I would like.
I can start off with an eyeball at this point for all I care. Shit, if they're dead.
Also, if I cut from the thigh,
Yeah.
I can kind of make it like it doesn't look too human. If I could just like drape it with something so I can't see.
What part would I mean? I know I started with the cheek, but like all parts would just look like food.
So are you
No,
saying
I mean,
like
you're carving off of someone's face? I feel like it's a little.
I saw on the plate. It just looks like meat.
Yeah, but you cut it off because you gave us a whole corpse. You gotta cut that thing off. Or you
Yeah.
just got all right, cool. I feel like it's just face. It's just too close to the face. It's not that.
I don't know, man. It seems.
it's too close to the face because it's on the face.
Yeah.
It's on the
The
face.
cheek usually. That's
I can't.
So you like to pretend it's not a person.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah, I see.
okay.
Yeah, because I don't think I could really look at the person in the face while I take pieces off of them.
You know what I love about this question?
Yeah.
Neither of you were like, well, is there another option? Can we eat something else?
No,
you know,
those are the
sometimes-
rules of the question.
Yeah, those
Hassan.
are the rules of the question.
No, I know, but it's just like you guys jumped right into it. You guys like, all right, cool, we're eating humans now. That's
Thigh, no
good.
problem.
Wouldn't
This
that
guy
be
goes
stupid?
cheeks.
We're doing this.
Wouldn't that be stupid? Like, he's like, what if you could eat a person? Are there other options? Yeah, tons. I'm like, then why would I eat a person, Assad?
Then I would go to Popeye.
Then I go Popeye. It's a post-apocalypse. No, it's like right now, just a dead body. Would you eat it? I'm like, no. I didn't know that was a question.
I would not go to Maple Lodge and
I would-
order one.
I would say 911. Assad gave me a dead body, and he asked me if I wanted to eat the face, and I said maybe.
Is it going in a blender?
Real talk. When it comes to eating, even people or things that look like people, I'm not on board. Monkeys, even, I'm not on board.
Can't
I know
do
it's
that.
not halal, but I wouldn't want to eat anything that looks like people.
So like, where are we drawing the line at?
Yeah.
At like looks like people?
I just draw it there. If it looks like primate, I think that's about it.
Opposable thumbs? Like, is that where we're doing?
No,
it?
a raccoon would get. I think does
Okay,
raccoon have
eat the
opposable
frick up.
thumbs?
Yeah,
raccoons. I think every now and then I'm like, man, I'd eat a raccoon.
Would you?
Yeah,
I feel like they would taste just like garbage, though.
Yeah, I'm not eating the garbage raccoon, Asad.
He's eating free range.
Free range,
Woodland raccoon.
roadside- Yeah, I want a woodland.
It's like a happy raccoon who's
Are raccoons even in the wild, or are they just by dumpsters? Like I've been camping many times. I've never seen a raccoon, but I see one every other day in Toronto.
We've seen a bear. You and I have seen a bear.
We've seen a bear. Asad and I saw a bear.
We on that same trip never saw a raccoon.
No, we saw a bear, never saw a raccoon.
We flipped a canoe.
Yep.
Never saw a raccoon.
You think we see it
because raccoons don't swim.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you would say that you flipped a canoe and therefore you didn't see.
I mean, that was just a
raccoon.
funny story because we flipped a canoe and this was like a week after his knee surgery.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were there for a full 4 or 5
in
days.
the water. You're like, but where are the raccoons?
I have seen raccoons camping, and their assholes still there. They're the same.
Three raccoons sitting by a campfire, just like we're camping.
No, okay.
I've seen raccoons
So close.
camping.
They got marshmallows on
No,
sticks.
you think this is a funny joke, but that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened.
I bet you raccoons are listening right now being like, man, this guy, he thinks we don't go camping.
Yo,
That's so stereotypical.
24 of us go to bed, and we have 2 spots, like right next to each other. But we all go to sleep on one camp, and the other camp is our party camp. That's where we hang out and stuff. 2 a.m., I hear walking outside. I peek out, and I hear like multiple footsteps. I wake up my tent, 4 guys. We come out, turn our flashlights on, family of raccoon. I'm not joking. The father, I don't know what gender's there, but I'm assuming the father.
Just because of leadership role
Yeah.
that he took.
He has,
good to know.
look at it. He
Kids,
has
stay back.
like a cooler open, and he's handing stuff to the next raccoon, who's handing stuff to the next raccoon. It looked like a very organized, like, yeah, this is how we camp, and this is how we take their, like, they had a full system. And the worst part is we're like, hey, shh, and they looked at us, and then he like went in and got like another thing, and he passed it.
He's
And then
daring you.
We're trying to throw shoes and stuff at them, and no joke, they realized we wanted them to leave, so they grabbed the trash bag, and the guy literally closes it with his hand and just starts pulling it backwards, and all 3 of them like grab it, and they just go into the woods like
With your trash bag.
with our trash bag.
Good for
This is
all
why
of them.
you're supposed
They
to get
knew
rid of your
exactly-
trash
Also,
at night when you
a
go
family
camping.
that steals together stays together.
Those people will survive. And
Yeah.
by people, I mean raccoon.
The happy woodland raccoon. That is who you would eat.
That's who I would eat, because I'm like, he ate all my food.
And then he
I
would
know
make
he has.
himself a Davy Crockett hat
Ooh.
out of the raccoon.
If somebody had a Davy Crockett hat and you were like, is that a real raccoon? They were like, yeah. Would you be like impressed, like cool, or like, who the fuck wears a raccoon on their head?
I mean, I feel like I'd be impressed.
It was a very common thing back in the day.
I feel like I'd be impressed.
I think I'd be impressed.
I'd be impressed on simply the throwback aspect of it. Like, all right, you're
The
bringing that
hipster
back.
in you.
You're bringing that
the
back.
tassel wearing person in you.
Look, this is just my best Yassine Disruth impression.
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
I couldn't find my beats.
lie.
Although I was so happy. I sent him a text message. He was like, "Are you coming today?" Which, first of all, was a question in and of itself. I swear, if I could have a job as someone who's unreliable, like I would be the best at it.
It was ridiculously frustrating for me to get just this. So, all right, just to ask, like I said, hey, bro, are you free? Are you free on 11 o'clock on Sunday to come? I might be. Let me check with Farina, his wife. Probably 8 hours later, he's already home. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm still waiting for the thing. I think I hit you back up. I said, so is Sunday good? He's like, yeah, I think so. Question. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And then-
because I misspelled so.
And then and I'm sitting there going, hey, bro, I just need a yes or a no. Just let me know if 11 doesn't work, 11:30 is no good. And then I had to call you.
Yep.
And I
then
asked you the same question.
Yes, he's like, "Bro, are you coming?" I was like, "Yeah, I said I was." But he's like, "No, you said I think so." I was like, "I thought that means I'm coming." But anyways, today he asked me again. He's like, "So you are coming?" I was like, "Yes." And then I sent him several emoticons.
Yeah.
And I was really happy to discover that there's an emoticon of beaded bracelet.
Oh.
I sent him a microphone, a joint, and a beaded bracelet.
So something for all of us, really.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was impressed with your emoji game.
You know what? So I wrote off emoticons a long time ago. I thought,
You wrote them off.
I said,
This is like a thought you had,
Yeah.
beginning and end. Emojis, but don't like.
Yeah, me no like,
No.
me no like. They started coming out and they were like kind of unsophisticated, basic emojis. And I was like, you know what? This is not a way to communicate emotions at all. I don't know why they're calling them emoticons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to use these very much. I'm not going to be big on these.
Right.
But I've since discovered that WhatsApp is constantly upping their emoji game.
Right. They got a hijabi girl now.
They got a hijabi girl now.
Yep.
They got people with my skin color.
Yes.
I'm really excited about this.
Even all the hands.
Even all the hands.
Yeah.
Even things that don't need skin color.
No.
I was like, can I just send an eyeball? I don't care what color the eyes are, please.
Yeah, you're like, why does this kayaker need
Yeah.
to be a different color? Other color people don't kayak.
They had a guy that looked like Michael Jackson, then they have it in every color. I was like, who's complaining about?
But I'm really excited about all these emojis. I am using them in every possible way that I can now.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully in the future as a more definitive answer to plans.
And
No, definitely not.
it'd just be like, I think it'd be a picture of a toe, and you're like, motherfucker, this guy can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop what's up. I swear though, if there was a job out there
Right.
in which your job description said needs to be unreliable, I'm there. I'm good. Like if it was like,
No, you're not.
You need to.
You know why you're not? Because you're unreliable, bro. That's kind of the problem.
But if it was like, you need to foil this like foreign plot.
Foreign
overthrow
plot. You
this-
can't even be specific. I love
to
it.
overthrow a government. You need to
He doesn't want to be
infiltrate them.
local. He doesn't want to be like homegrown.
Yeah.
So you paint yourself as trying to save Canada as opposed to being a threat to it. It's gotta be foreign.
By being that unreliable that when you infiltrate the enemy forces, you're like, oh, I'm just not very good at this.
Damn.
And then you foil the plan. Like that could be a job for me if that was.
I think you'd be
a
good
job.
at that job. I think your job should be to infiltrate terror cells and sabotage them by your laziness and your unreliability. Like this terror
Yeah.
strike was spoiled by Asad Motin again.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Because
I was supposed to. I thought
He
you were
forgot
gonna.
the fuses for the fourth time.
Man, listen, man. You know
I'll
what?
get you next time.
I'll get you next time. I'm just in the middle of something right now. Go back, lie down.
18 terrorists have quit being terrorists because they can't deal with this working with this
F
fella.
this guy.
It's like,
Bad working environment.
you guys are so unreliable.
Toxic work culture. I would do that. I would do that. I'd be
You
good
do
at
that. You do that for your patriot.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's where Asad can be a patriot. Like, I'm willing to be a patriot in this space.
It's interesting though that the word patriot, like when you say it in the Canadian context, I'm like, that sounds weird. Like
Yeah.
patriot applied to a Canadian.
Yeah, it's true.
The word,
We don't. It's not even part of our
lexicon.
Yeah,
vernacular.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be lexicon or vernacular?
I don't care.
I don't know, but it both good words.
I don't care.
I think both works. I think both
They're both
words
good
works,
words.
yeah.
I'm
I know it's true that coming from Texas, where people are patriotic for no reason, I'm like, you don't even like anybody in your country, you know? But you come to Canada and people are like less patriotic. I mean, they love Canada.
Yeah.
But it's not like for the flag and it's different.
Do you think? Sorry.
No, please.
Do you think the uprising of the Raptors and Drake and all that makes us a little bit more like happy to be Canadian? There's a lot of like North over everything now. There's a lot more Canadian pride than I've ever seen in me living here.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't think it makes us patriots in the way that Americans are patriots.
I think it's superficial.
You think it's superficial?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool though.
I think it's fashionable.
Oh, without a doubt, it's
Yeah.
fashionable. But I think that
But
Canadians liking because there's something unique with Canadians being proud of being Canadians because it's different faces. Like especially I guess in Toronto specifically or the GTA, there's a lot of everyone looks different, but they're all pretty happy to be Canadian.
Right.
And that's a cool thing. Whereas like when you think patriot in like an American sense, it almost feels like it's reserved for white people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I can see where you're coming with that. I think that the reason I don't think we have the same sense of patriotism here,
We don't have guns.
well, because we haven't had to take up arms against
Yeah.
another party that's crowding our space like since 1812. Really, like it hasn't been an issue for us. So, I mean, I wonder if we would have that same level of patriotism. If we
Yeah,
were to
I think it does help to have like either a common enemy nearby or a war every now and then.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I feel like whereas the U.S. they always feel like they have a common enemy at their doorstep, right?
They'll make one up if they don't have one.
because they're constantly making new ones.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyways, would you guys be interested in a human car wash?
So like a human walks in and we wash the human.
No, like you stand on a conveyor belt.
I don't even know.
And you move through the car wash.
Where's the car in this? Is this a human wash at that point? As I said, first off, yes, but that's a human wash. Like that made
right.
me. I'm like, I would totally be interested if I could just get naked, and by the time I get done in 30 seconds, I'd be clean.
Dried and blow dried.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be very long. You could fit one in every house. Yeah, scene. It'd be like a.
Would you? Okay, if they didn't have one in every house, would you go the same way you go to wash your car? Would you go to a human wash?
I think so. If I could just put on some underwear that I know nobody can see through, and by the time I come out, I'm spick and span.
You're wearing like a white plastic bag, like a little white plastic bag.
Yeah. I think I'd be
I
down.
feel like this is the concentrated area
That you need to clean.
that requires cleaning.
So
cleaning.
that would be like the upgraded wash, though.
Ooh,
the undercarriage.
Undercarriage.
Ooh, the undercarriage.
I'm loving this business plan, by the way. Go on.
man.
So you
Tiered
have basic,
systems,
you have basic
perfect.
wash,
Yeah.
right? You got
Which is
undercarriage.
would do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Also,
Luxury includes like shampoo,
Luxury
hair.
shampoo.
to gel your hair,
Right.
clip your toenails,
Right.
all that business.
Exfoliate.
that's like the works.
You can-
like
yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
Groom.
but like I always like whenever I go through a car wash, you see those like back and forth, those like big
Right.
things, and I'm like, part of me thinks they would be really fun
Yeah.
to like go through that as a person and just get batted from
You
side
just
to
have
side by
goggles
these things.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
don't just keep your eyes
goggles on.
closed. Like
yeah.
just
No, you got to keep goggles on. Assholes would open their eyes, get their corneas scratched up. It's a prerequisite. Trust me, we're making this idea happen, guys. First IPO, Crash and Flow, man wash.
To answer
Man
your
wash.
question, I would do the works almost every time.
the works really.
Yeah, because just grooming and lining up the beard and then trimming it and doing every.
Okay,
like,
so
all
there's
that
no
stuff.
razors. No razors.
There's no
involved.
razors
There's no
in
razors
here.
involved. They don't do that.
We don't trust them with the razors.
I mean, okay, how
They're
is
not giving you a
razors
haircut.
not a thing?
Can
but
you
somehow
imagine like a spinning razor
I
coming
know.
in?
It's like,
No, hold on a second. Oh, there's a
Be
problem
still.
with this thing because you're like it'll also clip your toenails. How is that going to be like okay?
I don't
but,
even
like,
know.
you
Okay,
can't get
because
your hair buzzed.
you're on a conveyor belt, okay?
Right.
So you're not walking. So on the conveyor belt, out comes like these little things that are just filing the front of your toenails while you're walking through the conveyor belt. It's just zzz, back and forth. But it's simple. Like, I mean, come on, man. You're an engineer.
I feel like there's a problem with that. No, this is exactly the reason why I'm not on board with that whole thing. But like, let's get it.
So that's what you're not on board with.
I'll say this.
Not getting smacked in the face by thick
Because the
leather.
rest of that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
I
fun.
went to the, after getting married, went to hammam in Turkey.
Yes.
And a guy washed me. Great experience.
It was a wonderful experience.
wonderful experience. A dude washing
Okay,
you.
wait.
What?
Okay, please explain.
I haven't talked to you about this.
No,
Alright,
you.
I
have
want to hear.
not.
I want to hear your hammam experience.
All
'cause
right,
mine
so-
was. mine was
I went
interesting.
to a 140-year hammam that's been like, it's a very nice one. They had gold fixtures everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Said $300. Sorry, 300. What do they use in Europe?
euros.
Fucking euros.
Jeez, bro.
It's too expensive. I decided to
Also,
not even talk
hammam
about
means
it. I don't know.
bathhouse.
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 Bathhouse, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
what they
cool.
call him. And there's a dude there. He's short and burly, and he says, "I'm gonna wash you. Please let me know if I'm doing it wrong," which I thought was really nice of him.
Cool.
And I sat there, and he would literally, from this gold bowl, he would just keep putting hot water on top of me for a good 5 minutes, like this, while you're just sitting there, and it feels wonderful. And then he has you lay down, and he takes a empty pillowcase.
The level of like how much clothes are you wearing?
Nothing at all. I have a towel
Yeah.
that I've put right here. That's all I got going on for me.
When you
Okay.
say right here, describe to your listeners.
Right there, guys. Wherever you think that towel is, that's where it is.
right,
And if
so
you wanted to be
it's-
elsewhere, mashallah, it's your imagination. I'm not going to tell you how to censor
The
yourself.
raccoons that are listening are like, why is he covering his face with a towel?
All right. And then he takes an empty pillowcase, and he puts soap foam in it. Just foam. Just foam. And he has me lay down, and he gets the other end, and he just puts all the foam on my body.
Like a freezy.
Yeah, exactly. And he does that 3/4 times,
Just
and then he gets these wet towels, and there's already soap all, and he's just washing me under this soap, and I can't see me, he can't see me, even though I have a still have a towel there,
Right.
just so you know.
Right.
And then he turns me over. He literally grabs my hand and my leg and flips me like a rug, just over. And then he does my back. And I'm laying down on a nice marble heated surface that's elevated,
Sounds nice.
and it feels nice.
Right.
And then he cleans your feet, gets between the toes.
Right.
And he does, and then after that's done, he gives you a clean towel. You put it on. We go upstairs. He massages you.
That's a rich experience.
That's a rich experience.
Mine was not akin to that.
No.
Mine was in Morocco.
Okay.
You walk into the hammam.
I like how you said okay. It was like, yeah, Morocco doesn't have good baths.
Well, these are different areas of the world.
Yeah. You walk in. I go in, and the one person's like, "All right, so take your clothes off, leave your underwear on, put this bathrobe on." So I do that. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and then somebody else comes. Okay, come with me, and it's like this large, burly Moroccan woman.
Okay.
Okay, come with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, there's one.
Why does it
then-
sound Russian? Go ahead.
She was intimidating.
Yeah.
And then so we go into this other thing. It looks like a prison cell almost. Like it's just a large brick room. And she's like, take the robe off. So I take the robe off, I put it aside. And then she takes a hose,
Yeah.
and from 10 feet away, just
Oh my.
cold water. Cold as hell.
So you signed up for the Alcatraz.
Yeah, I signed up for the Alcatraz.
Did you go to prison? Is that what happened? In Morocco, they call hammam.
So they
prison's called
spray you, and I'm
hammam.
like,
Oh my god.
So then she finishes spraying, and then she's like, lie down on the table. So I lie down on the table. Then she puts
brutalized.
on these like gloves that look like the gloves that knights would wear, like chainmail.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And she takes those and she starts rubbing up and down, up and down, up and down, all over my back, and it's supposed to scrape skin off.
Right.
So she's doing that. It's painful as hell.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Does this feel nice?
No, it does not.
Okay.
And then she soaps after that. And then she's like, okay, now we wash again. Takes me back. And then this time it's
different hose?
the hose again. And I'm really worried it's going to be cold. And then it's really hot water. I'm like, damn it, I can't win. And then you're done. Finally, you take your bathrobe back. You go back and you sit there. Not sure how you should feel about what just happened.
Right. Yeah.
But your
Confused.
skin is really soft. It's really nice.
I don't care.
That is-
You have to have a good time while doing it.
Yeah, especially if you're naked.
You're naked.
Underoos.
Underoos. Yeah.
Underoos.
The brown man's naked.
Yeah, the brown man's naked.
Even in gym class, growing up, everybody would be naked. All the brown kids would be wearing underwear.
Yeah. You wear shorts you put shorts on at home.
Yeah.
And then you put your pants over. So
Yeah.
when you get to the gym,
just in
you
case
just
a
need-
basketball game would break out on the way there.
No,
That's
you
right.
just so that you don't have to change.
I always wanted tearaways. Never got them.
What? Really?
Yeah, I always wanted them.
I had
Parents
two,
were like,
just like
this
them.
is stupid. I'm not buying you pants that are ripped up the sides.
Do they still have tearaways?
It's not as big, is it?
But why though? Because it's pretty dope.
It is
Taking off tearaways is freaking. It's crazy.
It was fun when you were 15.
Yeah, but wouldn't basketball players still have it? Why wouldn't basketball players not?
They do have it. They do have it.
Yeah, but they still have. Yeah.
They have some version of tearaways or
Yeah.
some version of
Basketball gear's gotten way better. Seen the hoodies and stuff?
I want
now?
one. I looked them up.
Yeah.
$160. I'm like, no, thanks. You keep
But
that.
they look nice.
They do. They're form fitted.
And basketball players love them.
Yeah.
They're just wearing those hoodies.
Also, why would they never make a tearaway hoodie? If the speed of removing
It is
pants
already a
was
tearaway. Has a zipper and just take it off. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you want to take it off from the front? It's
important, when you're sitting down,
Yeah.
you got your hoodie, and then all you need to do is get up from your chair to get onto the court. It's
Yeah.
already off.
It
So
makes
it's
sense.
so it's attached to your chair,
Kind of, sort of.
and then it just comes off as you're
Yeah, you just step off.
walking
Just
away.
It'd be kind of cool.
Because you know why? Because a malfunction of that
Yeah.
would be disastrous.
still be awesome.
You'd be dragging a chair with you onto the court.
I'm working on this too now. I got this tube idea and this tearaway hoodie idea.
You're forgetting
freaking
human wash.
crazy.
Human wash, I know. We could do that right now. All we need is a hose, apparently. Got some chain and a
Get a
hose.
couple guys just.
You need a conveyor belt. The key is the guy doesn't have to move. It just you
Yo,
move the
here,
person
listen.
through it.
We
You
soap
could
up
just
the
put
floor.
just put him on a wagon.
Yeah, exactly. just get him on a slip and slide and just slide him along a little bit.
How would you make those swirling things to make
Just,
sure that they're...
just towels that you're just doing this. Sorry, doing this too, and that'd be done.
All right.
Just buy a
We can make it
decommissioned
happen.
car wash.
We're on to like business idea number 3 now. This is amazing.
Dude, I like this human wash. I think it's
I like the
future.
human wash thing. That's
would you
cool.
honestly though, would you go to something like that? Like, how often would you go?
Okay, so my big thing is
How
that
often would you go? That's a good question.
No, it has to be cheap. It has to be cheap enough that you're like
It's like a daily wash?
yeah, it's a quick rinse.
See, that's why I
like
think
you want to do
it
a quick
has to
rinse.
be in your house.
Where do you get dressed?
What?
Afterwards. That's what I haven't figured out.
It has to be in your house.
The
we have to-
opposite of tearaway. It comes on clamps on the side.
You're terrible at this game.
It's like an air cannon that shoots clothes on you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can you imagine? I could see that happening.
Also, I have a friend's wedding coming up, and I'm trying to rent a t-shirt cannon for the wedding.
That's pretty cool. You can totally be like one of those Raptors games. People like jump around and stuff. And you like get this side, but still shoot it over there.
It's gonna land in some auntie's butter chicken.
Dude, I like it. Just
Also,
make it
how big this hall? You're just gonna be hitting the wall.
It's not even a hall, it's just like at their house. Assad's ruined everything.
Just knocking over vases and
And he was like, let me
chandeliers.
wash you. I was like, no, Assad. I don't like that. But it needs to be in the house. It can't be out. You can't go anywhere. If it's going to be daily, you need like a fridge-sized thing or something you can retrofit into a shower that it has, I would say like a fridge style, like a phone booth kind of thing. You walk in and it has, on the top it tells you like this is a cycle you're on.
It squirts
Yeah.
shampoo in your head and then
Yeah.
just soap and then whatever. You get the different layers.
So what you're describing is a shower.
Yeah, but like not yeah.
But you don't even have to scrub yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So
it
things
has
come out
everything
and
inside.
scrub you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Basically. Yeah.
That's right.
This is turning into a Jetsons thing now.
And as you're getting out, the exit has like like 6 hair dryers, and you
this
walk
is-
out slowly.
This is why I thought about it, because that would to me is the part that I really want to roll my window down at the most when I'm going through a car wash is when the dryers come on.
Yeah.
And I want to see how strong those things really are, because you see that water just go
Yeah, that is actually
your
trippy.
windshield, and I'm like, I was in the car with Frina the other day, and we're going through a windshield. We're going through a car wash, and we got to that point, and I went through the window, and Frina was like, "Don't do it," and I was like, "Okay, fine." But I think that's the part that I want to experience most. Is
I like how
agree.
you had this one thing that you could just ask a question about and we could talk about it, but instead you build
this
it
whole
an
universe.
entire universe, like a whole scenario. And then now we've uncoded you.
Yep.
It really comes down to the fact that you want to stand in front of 7 blowers to see what level of wind that you can withstand by standing.
Yeah. That's what it is.
You would not be able to withstand it because the thing is that
Is it hot air?
no, it's not. It's
not
just
hot
air.
air. It's just air.
It's
It's
just
a good
regular
question.
air.
I thought it would be hot too,
I
but you're
thought it
right.
would-
It
it's
wouldn't, doesn't need to
It'd be like
hot,
a waste
you're
of
right.
energy to be hot air.
just-
Car doesn't care.
Also,
Water doesn't care.
the air that hits your car when you're coming out of it sometimes lifts your wipers.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm pretty sure the wind is moving faster than what you generally drive at. So well over 140.
That's a good point.
This is why
This is why you come here. That's why you come to Crash and Flow, son.
I get answers.
Figure
from
out
the
your man
engineer.
shower, tube food, tearaway hoodies.
Okay, so adding to the two
What's
food
this
idea.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping this podcast would be.
That's why I said no plans.
The
This is
intro
like-
for this is going to be so stupid. We talked about raccoons and...
But to add to your food tubes,
Yes, food tubes. Dude, we did it. We named it too.
food tube.
All rights reserved, Crash and Flow.
Yep.
If you had a delivery service,
Yes.
I will lend you my t-shirt cannon.
No, all food tubes are delivered through drones.
Drones.
Yeah. With the t-shirt
Which I will
cannon
pilot.
attached to the drone. That would be the best. It's built-in advertisement. What was that? Oh, they got some food tube delivered to them.
Yeah, but what's
Oh,
with a
shit.
cannon? Complimentary
Yeah,
t-shirt.
it's more exciting to receive things from if somebody was just tossing me a shirt compared to a cannon launching me a shirt and me catching it. Dude, come on.
Do you
No competition.
would one of the things, like everyone who signs up to be a food tube customer in advance of their first food tube order gets a catcher's mitt. So that when they receive their order, it's not breaking their hands.
Especially for like the first wave of people who sign on.
Right.
Because second wave, it might get rough. We're gonna have to purchase this. We'll sell them to you.
Yeah, we'll sell you.
But if you're an early adopter, you get a nice mitt.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Food tubes with a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
How excited would you be, like, if you knew a drone was coming for
gonna
your food
shoot
tube
food at you.
and your t-shirt, and you're looking at the time like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's 8:00. You're gonna come outside. You're outside just like prep. ready to
You're just
go.
outside the window. You just have your window open. You're sitting there.
Just scouring the skies, just waiting for this thing to hit.
Like you can turn food back into the ultimate game again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
We used to hunt food.
Except it hunts you.
It's true. That would be, and if you're like somebody who avoids healthy food, this thing will find you. You could be like, I don't want to eat this salad in a tube. It's just like running, trying to hide from
we got a fugitive who's trying to not eat his salad.
Imagine if your kids don't eat their vegetables. Trump fires broccoli at
They
the
get on the backside of the
window.
house. It goes. It
You're
always
at
gets
school,
you.
they're eating a pizza instead of the food you said. You said another drone.
drone comes out from the window, hovering.
Dude, I think it's a great idea.
Oh my
AI takes over. Starts
boy.
feeding
Allen
us.
Iverson, he's
Yes.
he's managed
He doesn't even need practice. He doesn't even need practice.
God. I'm gonna throw up.
Well, you haven't even had a food tube yet. How are you going to throw up?
Oh boy. Oh, I
Jesus.
haven't laughed that much in a while.
It's a great idea, man.
Yeah.
Guys, we gotta figure out our food tube situation.
All right,
With
And
the
the
drone
shower.
cannon.
I think the shower thing is viable. I think the food tube is viable.
Oh boy.
I'm not convinced about the hoodie.
I'm not sure about the
Tearaway
tearaway
hoodie.
hoodie.
Because I was just thinking about this. The problem is
Someone's gonna steal your clothes and run away with them, and then you'll be naked. That's your problem.
that's a big problem. Secondly, in order for you to put that back on, first you got to button it up and then put it on.
Yeah, it's the same problem with tearaway pants, bro.
Yeah, I know. So it's not like you're not solving the basic problem of tearaways at all.
Instead of buttons, there'll be magnets.
Magnet.
Ooh, magnets.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, power magnets.
All
yeah.
right.
Which made it all the easier for this drone to find your ass as you're lit up as a magnetic field.
There he goes. He's wearing tearaway everything.
It would make passing through like CT scanners really.
You know what's
interesting.
so weird? Because you get your, human wash, comes to get dressed, they blow these clothes onto you with magnets, and the drone finds you. We have like this full... If we can just figure out a way when, you go for a shit, we make sure we can like figure that as... We have a full cycle for cleaning you, dressing you, feeding you, and then getting you back in the system. I think the shitting thing is something we can figure out later.
Who's your target market for all this?
Everybody, really. But really, no, everybody.
I'm picturing-
high-speed entrepreneurs.
I'm picturing Asian businessmen
Okay, why specifically?
because they're moving at a pace that we aren't here. They're just going.
They're also dying at a pace that we're not going.
Oh,
What do you mean? Oh, you make it the
Yeah.
forest?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
way to bring it back.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
how I do.
On not
On that note,
Way to bring it back to suicide. Yeah, on that note, how long have we been doing this?
we friggin' killed it, dude. When the screen goes black, it means that we've not touched it for an hour.
Nice.
So we're at an hour, 16 minutes. This might be, again, one of the longest podcasts we've put in this year.
I think this is good. I don't know if
freaking
we're
awesome.
going to find any more solutions for,
I think that's it for today, man. There's only so much
Modern
brainstorming we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a brainstorming podcast.
All right, people. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.